put in there because according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is. I am woke, and I'm proud of it, okay?
Yeah.
I want to be clear, though, it's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
Whatever I'm saying, this is the first time that she's been she may be, but my point is that job would not maybe have been open to her.
No, I understand. I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah. Think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View, they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years.
It's all, everybody's against me. It's all rigged, I tell you.
What happens when the clash between conservative politics and liberal media reaches courtroom-level stakes? A jaw-dropping rumor has flooded social media claiming that Karoline Leavitt, the 26-year-old White House press secretary, is suing The View for an astonishing $800 million. Yes, you heard that right? $800 million. That kind of money isn't just about reputational damage. It's enough to shake up the entire media industry if true.
She said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table.
But this isn't just about the money, it's about the fight for dignity in a media landscape where boundaries are constantly pushed. Can daytime talk shows get away with snide remarks under the veil of entertainment? Or should high-profile media personalities be held accountable, just like politicians are? Whether or not you love Karoline Leavitt or can't stand her politics, this story poses a powerful question. Are we witnessing the beginning of a new era of political media warfare, or just another viral myth built on outrage?
She said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
You know, we have seen cultural Marxism trickling its way through every institution in this country. The public school system, the higher education university system, Hollywood, big tech, the corrupt mainstream media that I fought against in President Trump's White House are indoctrinating my generation of Americans into hating our country, hating one another based on race and gender and sex and all of this other BS, quite frankly.
Karoline Leavitt is no stranger to controversy. As a vocal conservative and former Trump communications aide, she's built her brand on being bold, young, and unapologetically Republican. Now, as the White House press secretary, she's under constant scrutiny. Not just from journalists, but from comedians, TV personalities, and online critics. So when the rumor hit that she had launched a monster $800 million defamation lawsuit against The View, the internet exploded. The supposed trigger? A comment made by Joy Behar, one of the show's most outspoken co-hosts, allegedly implying that Leavitt only got her job because she's pretty. That one sentence, even if meant sarcastically, stirred accusations of sexism and elitist media bias. Overnight, the rumor took on a life of its own, spreading across TikTok, YouTube, and political blogs like wildfire. But here's the twist. No official lawsuit has ever been filed. No legal documents, no court date, no confirmation from Karoline Leavitt herself. Yet the belief persists, revealing something deeper about how misinformation spreads and what it says about our polarized culture. The viral nature of the lawsuit claim illustrates how easily fact and fiction blur in the digital age. It also exposes a growing problem in American media. The constant friction between conservative public figures and left-leaning talk shows like The View. Shows that walk the line between political commentary and entertainment can say a lot, without ever being held legally accountable. That gray area, it's dangerous, especially when reputations and careers are on the line.
That was so good. So good. In a statement afterwards, this young lady claimed her, quote, on-air snub proves that you-know-who will not be treated fairly in the upcoming debate. Now, do you think this is going to make people doubt whether CNN can stay objective, or is this more the same of, it's all, everybody's against me, it's all rigged, I tell you. Is everything rigged?
They likened President Trump to Hitler. They have mocked him, they have shamed him, they have lied about him consistently on their show. And it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality.
If the lawsuit were real, it would become one of the largest defamation cases in U.S. television history. It would set a massive legal precedent. Can a media personality be sued for making subjective, off-the-cuff remarks on live television? And how far does freedom of speech extend when the speaker has a national platform and the target is a government official? These are the kinds of questions that have made this rumor stick. Despite being debunked, people believe what aligns with their views. And in this case, conservatives felt vindicated. They saw the lawsuit not as a wild exaggeration, but as justice finally catching up to a show they believe has gotten away with bias and mockery for too long. Let's dig into how this exploded. The earliest versions of the lawsuit story appear to have originated from satirical or heavily biased media outlets. Sites like the Dunning-Kruger Times, known for fabricating outrageous headlines, were cited in various social media posts. But satire quickly turned to fact as influencers and YouTubers picked up the story without disclaimers, turning an unverified claim into a trending topic. The supposed catalyst was Behar's remark about Leavitt's appearance, something that many saw as inappropriate and demeaning, regardless of political leaning. Even though Leavitt has never been on The View, the viral narrative suggested she had appeared, was insulted, and immediately hit back with legal firepower. The timing of the rumor, around the time Leavitt was getting increased national media attention, added fuel to the fire. Interestingly, Leavitt never publicly addressed the rumor. No denial, no confirmation. That silence, intentional or not, created space for speculation. Was it a strategic move to let her supporters rally around the image of a young conservative taking on Hollywood elitism? Or was it simply not worth addressing? Either way, the public conversation kept growing, with or without the facts. The most electric moment in this whole saga was not a lawsuit, it was a single sentence. In a resurfaced clip, Joy Behar, discussing Leavitt's rise, said, "She's pretty. That's probably why she got the job."
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though, it's not her first job. It was her first press briefing.
That clip, devoid of context, ricocheted through social media and conservative news outlets like a grenade. It didn't matter whether it was sarcasm, satire, or sincerity, it landed. That moment became the emotional climax for many viewers. It tapped into real frustrations, especially among conservative women, about being judged on appearance rather than credentials. Suddenly, the lawsuit, real or not, became a symbol. A symbolic punchback against the constant jabs from mainstream media figures who many feel hide behind humor to avoid accountability. It also exposed how public perception can be shaped by a 5-second soundbite. Even without legal documents, even without courtrooms, Joy Behar's comment became the evidence people needed to rally behind Leavitt. It didn't matter that the lawsuit was likely a myth. The moral outrage was real. So let's cut through the noise. There is no official lawsuit, no filings, no hearings, no court documents. This $800 million story, as dramatic as it sounds, was born in the chaos of social media and nurtured by outrage culture. But even as fiction, it reveals real truths about how we process political controversy in the 21st century. Karoline Leavitt may not be suing The View, but she doesn't have to. The story already served its purpose. It fired up her base, challenged media bias narratives, and painted her as a bold conservative who won't take punches lying down. Whether by accident or by design, the myth became part of the messaging. And The View? Well, they're no stranger to controversy. But maybe now they're being reminded that even offhand jokes can carry weight, especially in a world where misinformation spreads faster than the truth. So, what do you think? Was Joy Behar's comment over the line, or was it harmless daytime TV banter? Should public figures like Karoline Leavitt sue when the media crosses the line, or does that threaten free speech? Let us know in the comments below. We want to hear your take. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a beat on stories that matter. We cover the headlines behind the headlines, so you stay informed, not misled. And check out our next video where we break down another political media showdown that's blowing up online right now.